This is way future me. This was actually filmed quite a while ago, over a year ago. I almost want to say tears. I hope that's not true. I don't think it's true. No, I don't think it's true. I did it last summer. But this is me finally painting something freeform with the Zenacolor. And I will say this is one of the most frustrating experiences of my life. I had to do voiceover for a couple of reasons. I had a horrible cough at the time. Not COVID, but it was still pretty bad. And of course, the summer fan that where I used to live was horrible. But here is what I have left with the color. You can see that the white is almost completely gone. The blues are really low because I've been using a lot of those for class. And this exercise nearly uses up the rest of the colors. Here is my swatch book. You can see my Kolbeinn swatch, but that doesn't have anything to do with this. This is the blue test where I originally tested all of the colors that I have. And this is before I understood more about pigments. I tried to get as close as possible, but you can see the Magifly, and then there's that Z right there. That's the Zenacolor Simiour blue, and it's this weird washed out, which isn't a bad one itself. It's a color that's really transparent and really gritty, really hard to layer. It doesn't go on smooth at all, and there's this black stuff that comes out of it. So, there's the swatch itself for Zenacolor, and this is trying to get a blend out of it, and I really had a hard time there. I had a hard time blending colors. I didn't know how frustrating this paint would be, and we're almost done. After I think I have one more class to post that I use Zenacolor with, and then the Zenacolor done. And already in those classes, I've already been substituting colors because they're actually after this video, some of them anyway, because I'd already run out, which is fine. I've also started this process with where I'm going to compare the reds. So I'll try to get as close as I can, matching pigments better, but there's no pigment information for Zenacolor. Again, I would not recommend buying Zenacolor paints. I really would not. If you would let go and buy them, that's fine. And I thought a lot about it. I know a lot of reviewers don't review things that they just don't like. They don't want to see something bad about. But I feel like I want to warn people. There's a lot of discount gouache paint out there that are way better than this, and I want to warn you away. I wouldn't believe that any of their products are very good when you can get something that's semi-okay, like Royal Nickel or Magifly, which is not my favorite either. Definitely won't buy those again. To something that is just a pleasure to work with, like the Meyer Escape, which when I get to that was just nice with me, like in comparison to these. Even the Royal Nickel is nice in comparison to these. So, for example, here is the class I did before, and I'll try to link to the class where I did this painting, like the video for this one, where the Zenacolor is on the sorry, the Zenacolor is on the left side of these paintings, and then on the right is either usually Royal Nickel or usually Royal Nickel is on the right for these ones. Is what I used. So that's a test with some Royal Nickel and Magifly that I was trying from one of my books. I think I have a video for that one too. I'll try to post up in one of the corners here. You can go back and look at those. But I had it was just frustrating each time, and you go back and look and just be trying to get the paint to work. This is an order of magnitude worse. I'm already pretty ambitious with this. Just trying to do these 4 paintings in a similar style and just working out how it would work. Here, this one I believe is the Magic Fly one that I did previously, which wasn't too bad. It had space. In some ways, it's one of my favorite ones of the 4 that I did of those. But yeah, so I'm gonna get everything prepared. Now I'm going in this video. I'm getting everything prepared. I already did a purple wash. I decided this time on the back. Piece of carton paper. And what was I doing here? I think I was showing these are the paints that I was slowly using for the Bob Ross. Just trying to use paints to use acrylic on Bob Ross tutorials through season 1. I'll try to link those as well. And even those, like, you get, I guess this is where what I'm talking about here is discount paints. You will have people tell you, don't cheap out on paints. But that's not necessarily true. You can get low-cost paints that are actually really nice, that are really good, and you can learn how to use them, what mediums to mix into them, and they actually work very well. Those craft barrel, those apple barrel, Bogart paints are actually, when they're fresh, are actually really nice. But you do have to do things, you do have to use extenders and blenders and stuff like that to get a good consistency, to make them behave as they were better paints. But they're not bad paints. Not like this. Not like Zenacolor. Zenacolor is, they heard Pudding Cup and they made their paint the consistency of pudding, which is watery and not good to paint with. It's clumpy. It doesn't layer. It doesn't mix well. It's, even just a little bit of, like, if they don't have a really bright yellow, you try to take that kind of neon green yellow there and mix it with a blue, and you're gonna get brown. Or you're gonna get some weird chalky mess, and they don't dry well. Gouache is famous for having like a color shift when it dries, and learning what those color shifts are important. But the color shift on this was so dramatic and so washed out, and not in a good way. They just added way too much chalk to their paint, and honestly, I think it's ridiculous. But without further ado here, I'm gonna pause here and get us to the briefing.
En la playa mojadita sin entrar al mar. Tu boca y la mía a punto de colisionar. Promesa se la lleva el viento. Solo quiero este momento. Cuando coja vuelo no me dejes ir contra el pavimento. Baby, no te quito los ojos de encima. Paso el frío al calor, tú me cambias el clima. Cuando me tocas sabes que por ley quedarte esta mañana y luego wake and bake. Tienes la habilidad de llevarme al clímax. Tú no haces fácil, el tiempo ya no existe. Muere en tu Richard Mille. Soy dulce pero en la cama me pongo spicy. Solo quiero ser tuya, no hay nadie más. Baby, believe me. Dulce veneno que me hace caprichosa. Dame tu amor pero que no se cuenta gotas. Lo quiero todo, todo. Es que contigo yo lo quiero todo. Siempre me salgo con la mía. Yo no pierdo y no es por rebeldía. Cántame que yo quiero tu melodía. Baby, what's up? Dime qué vas a hacer después del club. Baby, no te quito los ojos de encima. Paso el frío al calor, tú me cambias el clima. Cuando me tocas sabes que por ley quedarte esta mañana y luego wake and bake. Tienes la habilidad de llevarme al clímax. En la playa mojadita y sin entrar al mar. Tu boca y la mía a punto de colisionar. Promesa se la lleva el viento. Solo quiero este momento. Cuando coja vuelo no me Yaprak yaprak yaşanmış günler, sararmış solmuş resimler. Teker teker tek düze işler, bir ömre bedel. Bazen hayat bir hevestir geçer. Bazen hayat bir hevestir geçer. Acı tatlı korumuş.
With this. At this point in the painting, it's been about 7 hours. So I've sped up or trimmed about 7 hours worth of footage, and I still have more hours to go before I finally gave up on this. But the biggest thing I'm having a problem here is, of course, with the Zenacolors, getting a fine line. It's near impossible. In fact, what happens is, with this gouache is already a bad consistency with pudding, like I mentioned before. So you're not getting that nice, thick, buttery consistency, but when you thin it out, kind of like the Magic Fly, the Zenacolor, you start to thin out and it gets more and more watery. But it really globs onto your brush, doesn't flow off very well, and when you get it to the point where it does flow, it's basically watercolor at that point. But because there's almost no pigment in this, the pigment is very bad. You'll get that fine line where I'm trying to do these clouds and the hair here, and after it dries, it's gone. There's no pigment. So when it dries, it leaves nothing behind. So it's like I didn't paint it at all. And this is the big frustration I would have. I can't get details. I can't get fine lines. I'm continuously scraping paint off my brush. And it's getting harder and harder to do. And Magic Fly, which isn't the best blender, is still miles better than that. And I'm trying to add that in. And I do give up a few times to try to add a little bit of acrylic just to help. But honestly, I mean, if I put down black, I expect there to be black. Even in watercolor, if I paint in watercolor black, it'll be black. I mean, that's just not even.
nothing to fear. Pick up the slack, we can take it from here. Go on and handle what you need to when you need to. We got you. Reach out the minute you wake up. Chest already pounding hard. Burnt nerves, you're never gonna make up. Wonder how we got this far. Too late to retrace the steps. Won't do any good, I guess. Never gonna make it out. Never gonna make it now. We got your back, you got nothing to fear. Pick up the slack, we can take it from here. Go on and handle what you need to when you need to. We got you. You feel it rise with every word that they say. Let it pass by, anything in the way. No need to worry or be sorry, 'cause I see you in the light. Sincere, it's stripped of thy pleasures, taken down in physical form. Templates I'm never gonna measure. Wondering what the lines are for. Too late to retrace steps. Too soon to just forget. Every time you're coming down. Every time you're coming down. We got your back. You got nothing to fear. Pick up the slack. We can take it from here. No need to worry or be sorry, 'cause I see you in the light. In the light. Too late to retrace the steps. Won't do any good, I guess. Never gonna make it out. Never gonna fake it now. We got your back, you got nothing to fear. Pick up the slack, we can take it from here. Go on and handle what you need to when you need to. We got you. You feel it rise with every word that they say. Let it pass by, anything in the way. No need to worry or be sorry, 'cause I see you in the light. 'Cause I see you in the light.
Yo te vi, tú me viste, estabas tú bien guapa con tu saco. Y me fui caminando, imaginando que tú estabas a mi lado. Y hoy me pongo a soñar, veo que estás llegando a donde yo quiero estar, a 1 centímetro de tus labios. Es así, siento el mundo en mi puño cuando estoy cerca de ti. Ya quiero que estemos juntos, hoy te invitaré a salir. Wow, yeah, ojalá que diga así. Wow, yeah. Pasar un verano contigo, juntitos los dos en la playa, que el mar sea nuestro testigo hasta que el solcito se vaya. Contar las estrellas contigo, sentir que las horas no pasan, la risa marcando el camino hasta que la luna se vaya. Y te voy a contar todo lo que siento por ti. Es algo tan especial que mis latidos van a mí. Es así, siento el mundo en mi puño cuando estoy cerca de ti. Ya quiero que estemos juntos, hoy te invitaré a salir. Wow, yeah, ojalá que diga así. Wow, yeah. Y hoy me pongo a soñar, veo que estás llegando a donde yo quiero estar, a 1 centímetro de tus labios. Es así, siento el mundo en mi puño cuando estoy cerca de ti. Ya quiero que estemos juntos, hoy te invitaré a salir. Wow, yeah, ojalá que diga así. Wow, yeah, ojalá que diga así, que diga así, que diga así. Ojalá que diga así, que diga así, que diga así. Ojalá que diga así.
Don't think I've ever seen you this up close before. Every brushstroke so flawed together makes the whole. I'm cold, I am warm, I am truth, but I might walk on the sun. No, not quite like this. Much more of a give and take. So, what language do you dream in? And which one do you think is fake? And I hope that you said everything you could say. And I love that you hear what you dream in the day. I am cold, I am warm, I am truth, and I might walk on the sun. this up close before.
So this is where I'm going to give up. I have been painting for 6 hours with a few breaks here and there, but not very many. I have used up nearly every except for one ceramic palette that I have, and I'm not happy. I have been fighting. Getting the paint off the brush for this is a total suck. Like, and even here, can you tell I used 3 types of red? This set came with vermilion, scarlet red, and crimson red. I started with a layer of crimson red, this red over here, then tried to go in and add dots of scarlet red and then vermilion, and oh, jeez, I am unhappy. Well, let's talk about things. Opacity. We're gonna give it a solid 0. It's not really opaque. The paint does not stick to itself, and even when you put it down, not watered down at all, you're gonna get see-through from below, which is fine if that's what you want. This is gouache. It should be, yeah. Flow, also 0, because it has none, as I should time and time again, where the bottom of my brush would be clean and I would have goop of paint, and if I tried to just dip a little bit, like, it would come off in blobs. Not cool. And that's no matter how much I thinned it out. Like, where I thinned it out so much with water, and then if I thin it out more, there's no pigment left. Like, nothing comes down. That's great. Might as well be painting with water at that point. Mixing. I had to mix so much even though I came with all of these colors, most of these colors dry almost exactly the same as the other ones. I had to mix so much. Let me give you an idea. So you kind of could see on the brown, start to get those 2 starting colors. I'd add so much black to everything, just to get it dark enough and opaque enough. Here's another set, and then here, so much color mixing, which is not a bad thing, but with this many colors, you shouldn't have to mix that much. Waste. I mean, I don't know if you saw me scooping the orange out of here to mix into that and get none of it to appear. Like I was trying, it would not stick on there. Like I shouldn't, like hell, I'll do it again, because what is it gonna matter? Here's straight orange. No. Here we go. Put a little guy here. Totally transparent. Like, can you see that? It's so wet, so you can kind of see it. It's okay. I'll just erase it with what I was doing before. You won't even know. Hell. Can you tell that I put a bright light pink? That bright light pink over this? No. Because it's too watered down, but mixing it, 0. Yeah, and waste, 0. So much waste. Like 90% of the paint that I have scooped out of here, out of these wells, did not make it on to here. Separation definitely gets a 0 on that, because that's where I started out with this paint, where it completely separated from the binder and fillers and everything else. So you think that'd leave just pigments, but I don't think so. I don't know what other fillers are in here, but it seems quite a bit. Layering, because you can't, with the goopiness, the transparency, oh gosh, like, the fact that I even got semi-decent trees out of this, like, how long did I even work on this? I don't know. This here took twice as long. This took twice as long. This crap took twice as long as the several sessions that I did the Magic Fly over. So let's pull it out. This is the Magic Fly version here, where I was still figuring out how to do trees. But look at the lines I could get. They're not great. In Magic Fly, I had some difficulty with lines as well, but nowhere near this. I couldn't even get to this point. Like, not only do I not have like a good color, I couldn't get to this. Every time I came even kind of close, no. I mean, like, here, try to get some glowy bits here, because there's some white there. Glowy bits. A lot of work on the mountain. The mountain turned out okay, but it's far away. You can get away with doing kind of the same stuff over and over again. The clouds, not so great. Similar to the Magic Fly, I had problems picking out, but I couldn't even get enough detail off, whether I used a bigger or a larger. I could not get enough detail to put the people in that are in the bottom of this one, though even I had a problem with that with the Magic Fly at that small of a detail. It's kind of like when you hear sculptors talking about different types of synthetic clay that they use, that they might use one to get kind of an idea, but they're not going to be able to get the details no matter what they do. Like air clay, for the most part, is not going to have the same detail as gum clay. Gum clay is not going to have the same deal as Sculpty. Like, and gum clay, I'm talking like green stuff. And that's kind of what this felt like here. My blue and green are nearly gone. My yellow, nearly gone. I made a good significant dent in the browns this time, and the blacks and whites are just almost completely. The biggest ones I have left are the oranges, because I haven't really done a lot. The reds and oranges, but is it going to matter? I'm going to keep going, though, and use this up alongside, because that's how you learn, by doing some things over and over again. But I definitely learned things from this one that I tried to apply here, and it ended up being very impossible. Where I feel like I have a scene here, this just looks like a very gloomy painting. And it might look okay-ish from far away, but it honestly sucks. Let's see how bad the tape ripped. We'll rip the thing. I didn't want to use this tape again, but I had it, and I thought maybe because I didn't use it while it was wet, maybe that's going to be the case. So we can see the purple from the watercolor. Oof. That's not good. There we go. I will say I'm not getting as much as this, like I was, the mess I was getting with Magic Fly. As it pulled up, it's pretty much down. Oh, there's some rippage.
Me here, and I had to, oops, not kick that. It's been a while. Sorry, the fan came on at the end of this, and of course destroyed the audio, so you couldn't hear anything I'm saying. So yeah, I had some rips on the end. I did kind of like the effect of the watercolor frame around it, which is one of the things I was trying this time, but overall, this was 16 to 18 hours of painting. I'm just frustrated trying to get enough pigment down. I had to start mixing in Magic Fly White into some of the paints just to get some of it to just lay down. I eventually just blew away. I was trying to do more detail on the giant and just blew it away at one point. I could not get fine lines to save my life. The finer lines up in the mountains and the clouds came because I used different paint Magic Fly instead of Zenacolor. Honestly, I never wanted to repeat this again. I had to take a break. This one actually kind of broke me. And I had to take a break for a little while after doing this one. I would not recommend buying these paints, not even slightly. There are better ones out there, which I go over on my channel. Being like, if you want a really low cost pleasure to work with paint, it is definitely the Myerscape. So please check those out. But these, I would stay away from any of their products after this. But here I get to clean up. I get to take a deep breath, and I still am using up some of these paints in some of my class that I'm finishing up, and otherwise I have some hard chunks left of a few of the colors, and that's it. And I'm glad to leave these behind. But I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed the frustration with me. Thank you so much for tuning in. And sorry so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and please like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you would like to see. There should be some video recommendations too. Check them out as well for other videos on my channel. But thank you so much for supporting me. I really do appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.